Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our 45-minute workout today. Hope everybody's feeling great. Today's workout, we're going to get those hips moving first. Then we're going to work on some abdominal cylinder strength, and then we're going to finish up with some nice stretching. So make sure you have a chair available to you today because we are going to do some seated positions. As always, also, if you need a pad for your knee, go ahead and grab a couch cushion or whatever you have available. Alrighty, so we're going to be using primarily double sticks today, and then we'll transition to some single stick movements. So let's go ahead and get started. Grab both long sticks, and let's get those feet and spiral lines warmed up. So I'm going to take a little off angle so you can see where I'm at here. My feet are relatively close together, about 2 inches apart or so. I'm going to place the sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and they're only about 2 to 3 inches in front of my toes. I'm going to reach up at the top, so we get those arm lines activated. Rope grip here. And now with this left foot, I'm going to take this left foot and reach back. So I'm in a nice split stance. And now I'm going to drop. So I have my monkey hang going on from here. And now my front heel is going to lift. So I have both sets of toes in extension. And now I'm going to rotate to the right. Keep your toes in extension. Rotate to the left. Try to keep your hips square. Rotate right. Try to shift weight onto your front leg. So that back foot is driving you forward onto your front leg. One more in each direction. Going right. Now left. Back to center. Excellent. Now let's switch feet. So bring your left foot up first before you move your right foot back so you know that you're at the same position. Now kick your right foot back. Back heel stays up. Drop into that hang position. Bring your left heel up so both sets of toes are in extension. And now rotate to the left. Rotate right. Left. Right. One more in each direction. Left. Right. Back to center. And relax. All right. Let's get those hips moving, all right? So we're going to do some internal and external stick taps. Feet close together, sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, arms in extension, extended out, and we have the hands just about chest level. So this is what your side profile should look like. Bring the bottoms of both sticks in a little bit closer to you so it follows that natural arm drive when you push down into the ground. So from here, I'm going to push the sticks into the floor about 50% tension, and I'll bring my right hip up into flexion as high as we can. Make sure we keep that left leg nice and straight though. So no leaning back, no bending the left knee. Drive that left foot into the floor. Keep your upper leg bone, that right leg bone, equally distanced between both sticks, and tap internal rotation. So take the right foot and tap the right stick. External rotation, tap the left stick with your instep, not the bottom of your foot. Internal rotation, external. Internal, external. Make sure that upper leg bone is staying right in place so it's not swinging from side to side. One more, we're just tapping the stick to get those hips moving. And relax. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Ready? 50% tension, push. Bring that left hip up into flexion and internal rotation. External. Internal. External. Internal. External. One more. Internal. External. Back to center and relax. If you're having problems and your base hip is sliding from side to side, or you can't reach the stick without abducting or adducting, move that appropriate stick a little bit closer to your center line. So if I'm having problems with internal rotation and I can't get there, just move that stick a little bit closer so that you get that position for the win. All right, let's repeat that again. Ready? 50% tension, push, bring that right hip up into flexion, and again, internal rotation, external, internal, external, internal, external, internal, external. Back to center and relax. Switch legs. Ready? 50% tension. Bring that left hip up into flexion. Internal rotation, external. Internal, external. Internal, external. One more. Internal, external. Back to center and relax. Now let's take those sticks a little bit wider. So we're going to go out to about 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Arms are going to match that angle, so don't just move the sticks. Angle your arms in that position also. Bottom of the sticks slightly angled towards you still. Hands chest level. Let's push those sticks into the floor about 50% tension. Bring that right hip up into flexion. And now we're going to abduct out. So we're going to move the whole entire leg. So see how my upper and lower leg bones are stacked? I'm going to push a little bit. You're going to feel the outer glute pushing away from your center line. You're going to feel the outer glute on that static leg or your left leg right now also. Bring your leg back off. And again, push. Bring your leg off. Push. Now as you push, slide the leg down. When you feel the grip touch the bottom of your foot, then slide back up. And again. Slide back up. One more time. Ready? You're pushing the outside of that right foot against the inside of that right stick. Slide back up and relax. Let's switch sides. Here we go. Ready? 50% tension. Push. Bring that left hip up into flexion. So remember, your upper and lower leg bones go together. Ready? Push out. Push into the stick lightly. Back in. Back out. Push into the stick lightly. Back in. Back out. Push. And now we're sliding down. Feel the grip hit the bottom of the foot and slide back up. Rep number 2. Back up. One more time. Back up. And relax. Okay, now let's adduct or pull in towards your center line. Ready? Give me 50% tension. Push. Bring your right hip up into flexion. And now bring your foot to the outside of the stick. So the instep is pushing in lightly against the stick. Push. And now pull away. Push in. Pull away. Push in. Now as you push in, slide down. When you feel the grip hit the bottom of the foot, slide up. You should be feeling your medial tissues or inner thigh tissues. One more time. And relax. Good. Let's switch sides. Ready? 50% tension. Push. Bring your left hip up into flexion. Bring your leg to the outside of the left stick and gently push in. Pull the leg away. Push in. Pull the leg off. One more. Push in. And now slowly slide the foot down. Slide back up. Back down. Back up. One more rep. Back down, back up, and relax. Nicely done. Those hips should be feeling good right about now. So take a few seconds. Now we're going to combine abduction, adduction while we do internal and external rotations, all right? So Same position. Don't change your arm position or stick position. Ready? Sticks at 10 and 2. Push the sticks into the floor, about 50% tension. Bring your right hip up into flexion and abduct out. So remember, the upper and lower leg bones are stacked. Push into the stick. Maintain that tension into the stick as you externally rotate the right hip. So you're trying to push the knee outside past the stick. Now internally rotate. Externally rotate. Remember, you're still putting tension into that stick with the foot. Internally rotate. External. Internal. External. Internal. Back to center. Pulling the leg off. Okay, ready? Left side. Here we go. 50% tension into the floor. Bring that left hip up into flexion. Abduct out. Apply that tension pushing outward. External rotation. Internal. External. Internal. External. Internal. One more. External. Internal. Back to center and relax. All right, now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to pull in towards our center line or adduct. Ready? 50% tension, push. Bring that right hip up into flexion. Bring your leg to the outside and pull in. So now you should feel your inner thigh tissues. Externally rotate, internally rotate. External, internal. External, internal. One more. External, internal. Back to center and relax. Let's switch sides. Ready? Here we go. 50% tension, push. Left hip up. Bring your leg to the outside and pull in. So you're driving that foot into the stick. External rotation, internal. External, internal. External, internal. One more. External, internal. Back to center and relax. Nicely done on that, everybody. Take a few seconds. Let's put one stick down. Let's bring your chair over. Okay? Have a seat right on the edge of that chair. So let's work the scaps, all right? And a little bit thoracic rotation. Place the stick parallel to the floor, cross the sternum at sternum level. Look straight ahead, and from here, take the stick and move the stick to your left. So we're bringing the right end of the stick forward. Keep your hips facing forward and try not to let them slide. So what will happen right now, if you don't focus on the hips, the right hip is going to slide forward and the left is going to pull back. We want you to push both feet into the floor. Keep your hips stationary. So you should actually feel your left foot pushing forward to prevent that right hip from sliding forward. Breathe. Look straight ahead. And now move the stick to your right. And now you're doing the opposite. So as you move the stick to the right, you're pushing the right foot into the floor to help you prevent rotation or sliding of the hips. Move the stick to the left and push the left foot into the floor like you're trying to push the floor forward, like you're trying to backpedal or push backwards. Move the stick to your right, and now you're pushing the right foot into the floor. Make sure you maintain that looking straight ahead. Move to the left, one more in each direction. So we're getting that, what we call separation or disassociation between your neck and your thoracic spine. Move to the right. Make sure you're breathing, pushing that right foot into the floor. Back to center and relax. Okay, now let's take an overhand grip on the stick. Make sure you take a wide enough grip that your pinkies are still on the stick. We don't want the pinkies flying off the stick, so go wide but not too wide. So see how I have a nice firm grip on the stick? Chest up nice and tall. Remember, someone has a string at the top of your head and you're trying to lengthen the spine up towards the ceiling. Don't arch the back, all right? Pull apart on the stick. Bring the stick parallel to the floor, and we're gonna go around the world. So I'm pulling, and now from here, I'm gonna move the stick to my left. So my right hand comes up above my head, and now I go behind the back. Keep your ribs down though. I'm moving the stick to my left, to my right, and my left hand is coming up to the overhead position. And now I bring my left hand forward. Rotate to the left. Now let your right arm come up. Let the right arm drop behind you. Now you're pulling the stick off to your right. Now I'm letting the left arm come up overhead. So now the left hand is going to pull the stick back to the left. Now I'm going to pull my right arm back, so now my right arm is going to take over. So you're switching between, you're pulling a little bit harder between the left and the right arm. So now my left is dictating the movement. I'm letting that rotate to the left. Now my right arm is coming back, keeping the ribs down, and now my right arm is dictating the movement, pulling the stick off to the right. Bringing my left arm up and over. Now change directions. Pulling the stick off to the right. Letting that left arm come back. Moving the stick to the left. Letting the right arm come up and over. Match my speed, so don't go too fast. Breathe. Try to do nasal breathing if you can. Breathe. We're going to do 2 more. Remember, you got that nice pull that entire time on the stick. 1 more. Keep your ribs down. And relax. Nicely done. Excellent. Okay, let's push that chair off to the side for just a second. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, grab your couch cushion or your pad, whatever you're using, and let's face the wall. All right? So we're going to go into a full kneeling position. We're going to do a vertical hollow out. Okay? So we're going to try to connect the sternum and the pubis bone. We're going to try to pull those together. And this is going to be for your vertical core structure. All right? So let's go full kneeling position. And look at my ankles. So my ankles are an extension, so the tops of the feet are on the floor. Placing the sticks against the base of the wall at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And now the tops of the sticks are going to angle in towards me. I'm going to reach up. So reach up as far as you're comfortable. For some people, if you have shoulder issues, your reaching up may only be this high. It's perfectly fine. You're still going to get the same results. You may have one shoulder that doesn't reach up as high as the other. Let the healthy shoulder reach up a little bit farther, okay? Or you can keep them at the same distance. It's up to you. Reach up. Head looking straight ahead. Push the sticks into the floor, 40% tension. You're going to feel your shoulders engage. You're going to feel your scapula pull down toward your back pocket. And now with the tops of the feet, see how I'm shaking them? Push them both down into the floor. So you're pushing the tops of both feet into the floor. You're pushing the sticks into the floor, 40% tension. Breathe. Push a little bit harder, build to 50%. Pulling that sternum toward your pelvis. Squeezing your glutes. Build to 60%. Push a little bit harder. Ease off tension. Okay? We got 2 more reps of this. Ready? Now, if you find that you can reach up a little bit higher, then go ahead and do so. But keep those ribs from flaring, so we're not getting into the lumbar spine. Ready? 60% tension. Push. Push the tops of both feet into the floor. Pull the sternum to the hips or to the pelvis. Build to 70. Breathe. Build to 80. Push a little bit harder. And relax. Okay, so we got one more rep. Ready? Here we go. Give me 70% tension. Push. Push the tops of both feet down into the floor. Push a little bit harder. Breathe. Build to your safest max effort. Remember, that's your safest max effort. Push. Drive those sticks down. And relax. Nicely done. Take a little breather. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go on to our backs and do a little bit of core work on the floor. All right? So let's go ahead and lay down on your back. So we're going to activate the anterior tissues of the hips and the lower abdominal cylinder, and then we're going to add in some internal and external rotations. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Hips are at 90 degrees. Keep your upper leg, your lower legs parallel to the floor, and ankles are dorsiflexed. So don't be all lazy with the lower legs. Stick is across the quads. Now, imagine there's a little marshmallow under the small of your back, and squish that little marshmallow with the small of your back. Drive the stick into the legs at about 60% tension. Push. Now, externally rotate the legs and bring your feet together. And push. So you're driving the insteps in towards each other. Imagine that you were trying to hold a piece of paper between your 2 feet. Now, internally rotate. Pull the legs away from each other, the feet away from each other. Keep driving that stick into the legs. External rotation, push. Internal rotation, pull away. Don't let the quads slide out. And relax. So be careful that you're not letting the quads slide along the stick. They're staying right at that point. So if you feel that sliding, then you're going beyond your usable range of motion of what you actually have. So as always, less is more. All right? Let's go over that again. Here we go. Hips at 90 degrees. Squish that little marshmallow with the small of your back. Drive that stick into the legs at about 70% tension. And now in external rotation, push. Drive the insteps. Not the bottom of the feet, just the sides of the feet. Pull away from each other. External, push. Internal, pull away. External, push. Internal, pull away. Back to center and relax. That one probably felt pretty good, huh? And maybe not. All right. Last thing we're going to do here before we get into our stretching is the bird dog, okay? So this is going to really challenge your oblique slings. Go ahead and grab your couch cushion if you need it, okay? So we're going into that kneeling position. So let's go right knee down, and the stick is going to be in the left hand. So you got right hand on the floor. Make sure the shoulder is over your chest or is over your hand. So the stick is at 11 o'clock in my left hand right now. And as you can see, the hand is just about eyeball level. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend, oops, actually, sorry. Should have left knee down. Right leg backwards. Okay, so see that position? I have my right leg driving back. Stick is in the left hand. Corkscrew your right arm. So what I mean by that is, you see where the crook of the elbow is? So without moving the hand, imagine that you were trying to twist the ground clockwise with your right hand. And as you do that, you see how the crook of my elbow drives forward? So you're going to feel your right lat engage, and it's going to help you get grounded and a better stable base for your shoulder. All right? So corkscrew. Now push that stick into the floor at about 60 to 70% tension. Drive. You're going to feel that left lat engage. Dorsiflex that right ankle and drive that right heel back. Now, if you can, try to hover your left knee off the floor. If you don't have the strength to do it, still perceive the task. Relax. So, you may not have the actual strength to lift that back leg, but as soon as you perceive the command, you're going to push those back toes into the floor a little bit harder to initiate that lift off. You're going to get the same chain reaction. You just don't have the full strength right now to lift your back knee off the floor, so we have to develop that. So through practice and repetition, that becomes stronger, all right? So what you can't do today, hopefully you can do sometime down the road. Let's go again, ready? Left hand, we'll stick at 11 o'clock. Corkscrew that right arm. Right lat is engaged, driving that right heel back, pushing that stick into the floor at 60-70% tension, and now hover. Breathe. Drive that right heel back. That left arm is driving forward. And relax. Let's switch sides. So now I'm changing the stick to my right hand. My left hand is on the floor. So now my left hand is going to try to turn the floor counterclockwise. You can see the crook of my elbow rotating forward. I'm going to push that stick into the floor, 50-60% tension. I'm going to drive my left heel back. Breathe. And now hover. Whoops, bench is in the way. Ease off. Let's do that again. Move over a little bit so I don't hit that bench. Okay, ready? One more time. Here we go. Corkscrew the ground with that left arm. Push the stick into the floor about 70% tension. Drive that left heel back. And now hover. Breathe. And relax. Nicely done on that. Take a little breather. Okay, let's grab your chair again. I'm going to offset this a little bit so you can see my angle. Now, let's open all this up on the right side. Okay? My butt is right on the edge of the chair. So sit on the edge. Your left butt cheek is on the edge of the chair. Your left foot kicks back. Or your right foot, sorry, apologize. So get a good split. You should automatically feel some nice lengthening through this anterior tissue line. Make sure you're not overextending the lumbar spine. Place the stick at 12 o'clock position. Bottom of the stick is about 4 to 5 inches in front of my left toes. Left hand goes on top, palm facing away. So as you can see, both palms are facing to my left. With my left hand, I'm going to push the stick down into the floor about 30% tension. And now with my right, I'm going to push the right hand forward. Keep your left butt cheek on the chair. As you push that right hand forward, you should start to feel more lengthening through this right hip and right anterior tissue line. Ease off. Okay, ready? And again, push the left hand down into the floor, about 30% tension, and now push that right hand forward. Both arms are staying straight, so we have an active push with the right hand, a reflexive pull with the left. Reflexive, not active. Ease off. One more time, ready? Push the stick into the floor with the left hand. Drive the right hand forward. So you should feel your right toes pushing into the floor harder. That should have reflexively happened when you're driving that right hand forward. And relax. Let's switch sides. I'll change this angle for you a little bit so you can see it. Okay, ready? My right butt cheek is on the bench. My left leg is kicked back, left toes in extension. Placing the stick at 12 o'clock. Bottom of the stick is about 4 inches in front of my right toe line. Left hand is on the middle section of the stick. Right hand on top. Both palms facing to the right. Right hand pushes the stick into the floor, and left hand starts to push forward. Breathe. You should feel those left toes pushing into the floor a little bit harder. Ease off. Let's do 2 more of those. Ready? Push the stick into the floor with that right hand. Drive the left hand forward. Squeeze that left glute. Pushing those left toes into the floor. Ease off. Let's go one more time. Ready? Here we go. Push the right hand down into the floor. Drive that left hand forward. Breathe. And relax. You should have felt some difference between one side or the other. We have one side that's typical than we do the other side. So once you identify which side is a little bit tighter or reacted to this a little bit more, you can give that side a little bit more attention. Okay? All right, now let's move that chair back. And now let's grab your couch cushion or your knee pad. So, we only need one stick again. We're going to face the wall. So knee is down. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go from opening up this tissue line here into the hamstring. So we're going to transition from one to the other. Let's go left knee down first, and the right leg is out in front. Left ankle is in extension. Check the position of your lower leg bone and make sure you're not externally rotated. So your lower leg should be in line with your upper leg. You can see my right knee is in front. Place the stick at about 1 o'clock so it's off to the right of the right leg. And we're going to reach back with that right hand. So see how I'm grabbing the stick with my right hand back here? So you can either grab it at the end, or if you want more grip, you can grab it all the way here, okay? Now, from here, take your left leg, slide it forward just a little bit, okay? Push the stick into the base of the floor at about 30% tension. So I'm pushing down into that angle. I'm pushing my back foot into the floor. I'm feeling this right here. Reach across and grab the stick with that left hand and push that left hand out to your 3 o'clock position. Now drive forward towards the wall just a little bit. Now come back. When you come back, slide your heel forward, straighten your right leg, and now hinge backwards. Push your butt back, and you're going to feel that right hamstring. Keep your back nice and flat. Push that right heel into the floor. You're still trying to actively push that left hand to your 3 o'clock position. Now, come forward. Place your right foot on the floor. Drive towards the wall. Come back. Push your butt back towards your left heel. Straighten that right leg, back flat. Push that right heel into the floor. And now again, come back up. Squeeze in that left glute. And again, one more. Push your butt backwards, back nice and flat. Pushing that right heel into the floor. And ease out of it. Let's switch legs. Right knee down, left leg in front. Move the stick over to about 11 o'clock. So it should be outside your left leg. Once again, you can either reach back, grab the top of the stick, or if you want more grip, grab the rope grip style, okay? From here, right hand is across. Slide that left leg forward. Push the stick into the floor with that left hand, about 30% tension. Push the top of the right foot down into the floor. Actively push out with that right hand to your 9 o'clock and slowly shift your weight forward towards the wall. Ease back. Slide that left heel forward just a little bit. Push your butt backwards. Still driving that left arm away from you out to 9 o'clock. Back flat. Push that left heel down into the floor. Come forward. Push. Breathe. Come back. Push your hips backwards. Still pushing out towards that 9 o'clock with that right hand. Forward. Back. And relax. All right. Whew. Come on up. Now, let's stretch that left shoulder rib cage area. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to stand backwards so you can see the initial grip. So, place the stick behind your back, and with the right hand, at least grab the bottom of the grip. Don't go below that. We don't want you on the actual stick part, but make sure you have that tactile feedback with the right hand on the grip. Nice, tall standing position. Take your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width stance. Now, the left hand, you can see I have a thumbs down grip right here. With that left hand, move the stick forward and place it on the floor. So this is my side profile right now. So I'm going to use the leverage of the stick to dictate the movement on my right shoulder and arm. Remember, don't take anything to the point of pain. So if you start to feel pain, then decrease your angles. Go less. Now from here, take the left hand and move the stick over to your right just a little bit. So the stick should actually be at 12 o'clock. You're going to feel that as you move the stick over, you feel that right arm and shoulder and lat open up. Lightly pull apart on the stick. So that means the left hand is pushing down on the stick and the right hand is lightly pulling up. Ease off tension. Now if you can, take the left hand and move the stick over farther. And again, lightly pull up. Breathe. Try to keep your weight centered on your hips. Breathe. And ease off. Slide the stick back. Okay, take a second. We're going to do that one more time. Okay, ready? Move the stick forward with that left hand. Now move the stick to 12 o'clock. And again, lightly pull up on the stick with that top hand. Push down with the bottom hand. Breathe. Ease off tension and move the stick over a little bit more if you can. Ready? And lightly pull apart on the stick. And ease off. Take a little breather, come back out of it. Now we're going to switch sides. Place the stick behind your back. Left hand is in the overhead position with the palm facing forward. Grab the stick with your right hand, thumbs down grip. From here, take that right hand, move the stick forward. So right there, as soon as you move that stick forward, you should feel your left arm and shoulder pull back. Now, take that right hand and move the stick across your body to 12 o'clock. And lightly pull apart on the stick. Breathe. Ease off tension. Now move the stick a little bit farther. Keep your weight centered on your hips though. And again, lightly pull apart on that stick. Right hand is pushing down, left hand is pulling up. Ease off tension. Slide the stick back to your starting position. We did that one more time. Ready? Here we go. Last thing. Ready? Move the stick across to your 12 o'clock and lightly pull apart on the stick. Ease off tension and now reach farther and pull apart on the stick. Breathe. Ease off and relax. Great work today, everybody. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling like you're motivated to get out there and do something. Take a hike. Get into a little bit more training today if you want. As always, be sure to check out our YouTube videos. We got a ton of content out there. This workout plus all our other previous workouts will be available for you to go back and go through over and over again at your leisure. All right. New podcast was already released with Ray Bailey, so feel free to check that out if you want to get Ray's concepts and advice on how to get stupid strong. So until what's today? Thursday. Oh crap! Until Saturday, you'll see Coach Ray Bailey here doing the live class, actually probably from his house. So until Saturday, everybody out there, be good to each other, be decent, peace.